So now we're going to name type 2 binary compounds. So type 2 binary compounds are a metal and a nonmetal still, but more specifically, it's a transition metal and a nonmetal. The reason why these are named differently is transition metals can have multiple charges. So they are not just assigned one, they can be assigned multiple. Some can have 1 through 6, just depends on which one you're talking about. When you're naming these, you need to name the charge. And I'm going to warn you because a lot of people will actually name how many you have, but that's not what we're talking about. We have to specifically name the charge because the charge can change. And how you'll designate the charge is with a Roman numeral. So the first one we're going to do is iron. And as you see here, actually iron can have 2 different charges, so that's why I did both of these. So let's identify what iron's charge is. If we do that reverse flip thing, right, so we know that oxygen has a 2- charge, right? That means that this iron has to have a 3 positive charge. And it's a 3 positive because it's a metal, and metals always have positive charges. So when we name this, we're going to name it iron 3 oxide. Okay? The next one is FeO. So it's still an iron oxide, but it's a different type of iron oxide. So we have 1 of each, right? But we know oxygen's charge, right? The nonmetals or charges are not going to change. So the oxygen is 2-, which means that this iron has to be 2 positive as well. All right? So we're just going to have iron 2 oxide. The next one, AgCl. Silver is very interesting. Sometimes people don't name its charge because it's always +1. I do it to cover my butt, so I always will name it just to be safe, but some people get away with not doing it. So naming it, so chlorine has a -1, and that means silver has to have a +1. So we're going to be silver 1. And remember that when you're naming the nonmetal, that the ending drops to IDE. So it was chlorine and it becomes chloride. Okay? The last one is CrO2. And this one's a little weird, right? So oxygen has a 2- charge, and we needed 2 of them in order to make up for whatever chromium's charge is. So chromium is going to be a 4 positive charge. Okay? So this one's going to be chromium 4 oxide. Hope that helped a little bit.